We're doing the do right in the beginning. Y'all ready? I am. I am definitely ready to get going. I've been waiting for this. I have actually been waiting for this stream tonight. Okay, what's up, Sandollar? All right, so we're going to cover a couple things and then get going. Let me move this guy just a little bit. There, little ghosty face. All right, while we're doing this, I'm going to cover tonight's stream and we'll go from there while I'm patching all this up. So I have never had a single color or style or technique ever requested as much as amber purple. We did the rose the other night out of, or flower rose, whatever you want to call it, out of the amber purple. And I have never had so many people messaging me, asking me to elaborate on it. So we're going to do that tonight. Tonight is Amber Purple Night. And while we're going over it, I'm going to explain the properties of what it looks like. This is that blue that we did with Amber Purple. Let's see if I can get it. There we go. So there is Amber Purple on top of blue. So that's one little adventure we have. And we're going to bring it out here. Trim this guy down. Oh, shoot. Yeah. I forgot about that. It's got to fit in the box. All right, let's trim this down. I'll show you this one. I forgot to trim that one all the way down. So anyway, yeah, I've never had so many requests for a color or style or technique or anything like that. And there is the jewel tones that we have. So that is that's just the jewel tones. Not just, but it's cool. We're going to park that way off to the side. We're just trimming this up, and then we're going to get going with some ambery purple night tonight. And I am going to explain as we're going through what it actually is. And there is the Mega Mai Tai. Got to bring it down a little bit there. So that's the Mega Mai Tai we did last night. Beautiful color. You can see it goes super amber to purpley green. But we can't just ship it out like that. Got to trim up the bottom. So we're going to bring this out. Ooh, that's really close. Probably not the best idea right there. Come on. Okay. And then one more of the Mega Mai Tai. This one, I can't remember what we did with this one. So again, I love this color because of the change that it happens. I think this was the Borax one. What's up, Red Squeak? Wendy, how are you? Creative. What's up? Dragonfly Cruising. Matt, what's up? And who else have we got? Jennifer, Kadesh, Bayo, Fidel, what's up? I'm missing Leslie. How are you? 5150. Okay, let's trim this one up. So we're gonna really go into the styles and things we can do with it. We'll do one more of the flowers. I had like a lot of people message me asking about the flower. And it's one of a kind. Each one of these is one of a kind. All right, let me trim this one down again. This is the blue one last time. Before I trim it, there it is. I love that. So that's amber purple on cobalt. Look at that. I think that's very, very cool. I'm doing good, Wendy. All right, let's grip it here. We're going to trim it down. So I make all the stems pretty much the same size so they fit in the box. I keep it as long as possible, but they do have to fit in the box and have cushion. They definitely have to have cushion. I'm going to park that way over there for the moment. Nope, stay. All right, all those are trimmed. Last trimming is this guy here. So this was the hummingbird with flower with the amber purple. What's up, Jester? You can definitely see that bird is just popping with that color. Then we did that custom kind of random color back there. So this is the hanging hummingbird on flower. I got to bring it back. We got to trim it off down here. Once I trim this off, I can show it a little better because it's not like hitting the bottom of the bench in the way. All right, let's bring it out. Please don't drop it though. So there it is, a little better view. We'll pop the light on it, and there we go. Flower actually came out kind of cool, and we got that really pretty ambery purple blue bird. So yeah, it's a pretty piece. I love that bottom. And man, I'm out of room. I'll just park this up here temporarily. So now comes the disappointing part. Everybody always asks how things go. So this is a disappointing version. There we go. That is from last night. Remember I told you it had a potential for cracking? There you go. So that is pretty much trash. And we even have uranium in it, unfortunately. So yeah, unfortunately that is toast. You can see all those cracks running in there. Actually, I don't even need the light on it. Hold on, let me get the camera there. So yeah, that's a drawback. I mean, this is part of the business. All right. Where is the crack? Right there. So you can see them all running throughout there. It happens. No, I don't send it. I don't send busted stuff out. It never leaves my studio. Ever. The colors just didn't work together. They did not work well with each other. So it cracked. Let's go a little bit closer in. Right about there. All right, let me reset this zoom camera too. We're going to zoom in, pop it back just a little, and reset. There we go. Pop it back a little bit more. Right there. All right, we are good to go. Let's get it. Let's get it. What cracked? The green in there, I think. I think the green and I don't know. I think the green and maybe the shimmer. I don't know what combination caused the cracks. And it might have just had a little bit of a little contamination in there. It's very possible too. Right about there. So that's a very, very big possibility as well. All right, we're going to bring it out. All right, I've got amber purple ready to go. And I thought I put a bunch of chunky amber purple right here. Hold on. Let me grab it. A little bit there. I'm just trying to find the right rods here. Oh, there we go. Got it. All right, so we're doing amber purple flower right now. And we're going to go through the whole color transformation and everything. Nope, never incorporate fiber optics. It may look cool, but I'll never let it leave my studio. It does not leave here. All right, here we go. We're going to drop this down. Now, because we're doing the amber purple, we are going to put a little amber purple cone on here. About like that. So that the whole thing has amber purple running throughout the whole thing. All right, so we got the little unicorn horn there. Let's get it. Let's get started. And I will explain things as we go. So this color I have a love-hate relationship with. Okay? And the reason is, when I first started trying to use it, it was very difficult to use. Okay? I'm used to colors just working. Like, if you have a black and you put it on, it's black. If you have a blue, you put it on, it's blue. This doesn't do that. You actually have to learn about how it works. All right, there's a little taco piece right there. And that's what it looks like prior to getting all those beautiful swirly colors. So again, when I first started working with it, it drove me absolutely insane with trying to get it to do what I wanted it to do. I had to actually learn how to work it. And it took a long time to kind of master it. So that's why I say I have a love-hate. I hated it when I first started working with it. Now it's like one of my favorites. And as we start going through it, I'll talk you through part of how to work with it so you don't run into the same problems I had. If you are a lamp worker or a glass blower, whatever you want to call yourself. And we'll talk about how to make it work. I know, tiny taco. It is super tiny. It's a tiny, tiny taco. It really is. But it's going to be a flower. It's going to be a taco flower. Yoquito. All right. There we go. So about every third or fourth petal, I'm going to show you what we're doing and how we're getting there. And we'll kind of explain things along the way. If you have any questions, don't hesitate to put them in chat. If I can answer them, I certainly will. And we're going to pop one more on here, and I'll show you where we're at. All right, let's put the third one on here. And bam. And pull this out. So I have found that working this color in a neutral flame, meaning a nice balance between oxygen and propane while I'm working it, seems to be a good fit for me. Now, a lot of instructions you'll see will say not to use a neutral flame, use a very oxygen-rich flame. Okay, right now, yeah, I see it doesn't look like a whole lot right now. We're going to make it happen. It's going to look awesome in just a little bit. Stick with me. But yeah, a lot of people have said you got to use an oxygen-rich flame. So for those of you that don't know what an oxygen-rich flame is, it means cranking up the oxygen to a hissing point, like that. And that kind of stops the amber purple from hazing. And what hazing is when the glass kind of it stops being completely transparent and kind of has a muddy look. It looks like it was like muddy, if that is a good term, I guess. Now, like I said, running a neutral flame, I haven't found that. But maybe I'm just lucky with it. But once you get completed with your piece, you have two options with this color. You can drop it in the kiln and let it soak at roughly 1050 degrees Fahrenheit and let the color ramp up over time. Usually, I think it's about 6 to 8 hours to get it to form all the way. Or you can flame ignite it, flame strike it, and that means cooling it off, bringing it back in, cooling it off, bringing it back in. And I mean really letting it cool off. Now that way I prefer personally, but you do have a potential for cracking your item doing that. So it's a trade-off. And the other thing that's pretty nice about this, let's say you ran your amber purple in the kiln for 6 hours and it didn't quite turn out the color you wanted. You can put it back in the kiln and get it to strike later. So you can keep putting it in the kiln until it cycles to the color that you want. All right, we're going to get a little bit of a blue tint on the sides. So we're getting there, like that. We got kind of a little flowery going. Now this color is going to be blues, purples, and amber when we get done. It is literally, it's a process. That's why I put it in the title. It really is a process. All right, there we go. All right, let's add the next three, and I'll show you where we're at. The next three really turn this thing into, start turning it into a flower. It starts looking like it. And after we do this, we're going to make some other amber purple items. We're not going to do just flowers. We're going to go all amber purple tonight, as the title said. We're going to create some amazing things, hopefully. Here we are. And this one will be available when it's done. All right, one more. How's everybody doing tonight? Happy Tuesday to you. Everybody doing well? Hopefully it's a happy Tuesday and not a terrible Tuesday. All right, we fuse all that in there. Now you're going to notice I keep warming it up out here. And this is to keep all the little nooks and crannies in there hot. If not, you definitely take a potential for cracking. Have to keep it way out here. No, it does not give off any fumes. The only fumes in my studio is when Fritz comes in here and farts. And there we go. We got a little bit of that color coming in right now. See how it just changes all over the place? And it's not even in its happy spot yet. Yeah, just wait. This is going to be amazing when we get done. Go to thefieryguy.com and you will, any pricing will be there. All right, so we're going to do 3 more on this size rod, and then I got a thicker amber purple over here, and we're going to make this a lot bigger. We're going to start expanding it. Whew. I'm excited to work with this, though. I think we're going to have some fun tonight. You were the last one? Yeah. Sometimes as I'm working these flowers, I can lose my place a little bit. I do have a specific pattern for this. And if I'm not careful, I will lose my place. What's up, Rainbow? Okay, one more here. All right, let's pop it on. All right, we are looking fantastic here. I'm pretty okay with this. This is looking good. All right, let's warm it up a tiny bit. We're going to go over to the side cam so I can bring it right over. Plus, it's a cool-ass view when we get done. You can kind of see the hot shot here. Like that. All right, let's bring it in. And we got at least 6 more petals to go. Minimum of 6. But now you can see that color starting to come out. So we're starting to treat it very, very well here. It's hard to imagine it looks like that when we start, just that little clear looking rod. All right, let's get these out of the way at the moment because I do not want to break them. Warm this back up. All right, got a much thicker version of amber purple right here. This is a chonker. This is part of the odds that I was telling you last night about. When I order and I get odds, this is it. This is a chonker. Ooh, whoa, 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 whoa. Don't you go all squirrely on me. There we go. And these are much bigger petals. They're going to make the flower a lot bigger. because this color deserves to be a decent size flower. It definitely deserves it. I was thinking about making an iris out of this. Not tonight, but at some point. An iris would look beautiful. El Salvador, welcome in. I know where El Salvador is. I'm very familiar with the continents. South America, everywhere. All right, here we go. I gotta fix this petal. I'm gonna show you just how much of a little bit of a difference some of this stuff can make. So, right, let me see if I can do it this way. That one's hanging too far down. See how that one's a little tighter up? This one's just a little too far down. And that will make a huge difference for trying to fix or trying to get this flower completed. So we're going to pump it up just a little. There we go. Yeah, that little bit of difference there would stop it from actually forming a really nice flower. All right, big old chunky petal coming up. Squish. All right. Whew. Got to warm it back up. What's up, Joe? Kathy, thank you. Melissa, how are you? Chris, how are you? What's up, Jason? All right, so we're just warming this up. All right, let's check out how we're doing on color. You guys don't mind if I do a color check with you, right? I hope you don't mind. See how that one's not quite struck up down there? That kind of bluish purple, or the blue looking right there? We're going to get it to that, but right there, that's before it actually turns its color. Yeah, I like showing the progress. If you guys think it's too much, let me know. And I can cut it down a little bit. But I like showing you the progress as we're going through. All right, big old chunky petal. Two more to go, and I'll show you where we're at. Yeah, this is a fantastic color. Yeah, it is 100% fantastic color. But I probably received 100 messages 100 plus asking me to kind of go over this color a little bit. So I said, okay, that's a good idea for tonight. Let's do it. And it is, as I was saying when I started the stream, you kind of have to really learn to work with the color. It's not like you can just melt it, put it on, and it does a good job. It'll look okay, but to get the most out of the color, you have to do a few things. We're going to cover that tonight too. We're going to cover the properties of it a little. The do's and the don'ts. The goofus and gallant of doing amber purple. Let's see how many old folks I got out there with me. See how many people remember goofus and gallant. Right now I got a bunch of young people Googling goofus and gallant. And that's okay. All right, let's kick it down a notch. We got to really start baking this color in here. So I'm going to show you my filter that's on my glasses, my lenses here. We're going to drop it in, and it's going to kind of cut out a lot of that orangey flare there, like that. It's going to make the flame almost kind of disappear. Hey-o! Let's see what your question is. Is there a certain thickness you try to keep centimeters and petals when squishing? No. There's no certain thickness for it. We're going to cover how to make it work and how to make it react here very shortly. I'm going to show you just a little bit how to make it kind of work. It doesn't matter if it's thick or thin. Oops, side cam. Sorry. There we go. Side cam. And there we go. We got those. Oh, look at that petal right there. Ooh, that purple's looking good. And then again, from the bottom side, it's just straight up amber. And then we got that beautiful purple hue to it. All right. Let's get this warmed up a tiny bit. We're still going to go more. I think this flower can take 3 more petals. Thank you, Colleen. Thank you for the jewels. I appreciate that. World Chill. Thank you. Oh, almost melted the wrong end there. And right there. Got to get it really carved in here just right. Yeah, this is going to be a beautiful one. Darkwing Duck, thank you. Yeah, this one's going to be a stunner. You're so close on the edge right there to just jamming this in the wrong spot. All right, one more to go, and this flower will be done. We'll put the little extensions on here, and then we'll make sure the color comes all the way up. Just got to smush it in a little bit. Okay, we're good. We're going to grab a little skinny amber purple here. Oh no, we got clear. We'll do it that way. Then we're going to enhance the color a little. I'm going to try a little borax on this one, to be honest. We're going to try it out. So this is kind of locking the flower head onto the stem. Kind of just making sure they're both fused together very well, really tight. And it kind of simulates these little flowers coming, leaves, not flowers, little leaves coming off. Like that. All right, let's warm this guy up. While we're doing that, I'll use the shield again. We'll drop it in, and you guys can see that really cool looking hot shot right there. Versus that. There we go. All right, let's check it out. Let's see if we did a good job. Oh yeah. Yeah, we got some definitely purple running through there. Then again, running on the opposite side, when you got the amber version, depending on the lighting, it just shifts and morphs all over the place. There. All right, let's see if we can borax laundry soap it. Really kind of sucks. I just cleaned my bench. I just cleaned all this up. I'm going to use a fresh rod. I don't want to mess it all up. I just cleaned this. All right, so we're going to add literally borax laundry soap onto this. What happens is I'm going to pick a little bit of it up with the hot glass rod here. And it's going to vaporize in the flame. And it's going to coat onto this amber purple flower. There we go. And it's going to hopefully change the color a little bit. Give us something really cool looking. All right, let's see if it did anything. I don't know if it did. And here we go. Ready? Here comes the reveal. Oh, it got a little more purple. It definitely brought out some purples. Man, that's really purple. Yeah, that's way purple. Wow. Okay. It doesn't need any more. All right, let me get these flowers out of the way so I don't break them. And that's it. So for those of you that were here yesterday but just joined us, or you haven't been on since the beginning, we did have a malfunction with the marble from last night because a couple people had asked about it, and it is unfortunately cracked all to hell. There's no saving it. It's a toast. It still has the uranium, but yeah, it's toast. Unfortunately, it's a goner. See if we can bring it right in. Yeah, that. See how cracked that is? And it's probably going to shatter even more. It's definitely that damn green, whatever was in there. Wow, it's really shattered right there. So anyway, so if you were interested in that marble, it is not available, obviously. Oh, the green definitely cracked. Yeah, the green cracked. Oh, I'll absolutely be fine. I'm good. I'm just saying a lot of people had asked about it, and that's why I'm not selling it. Because it's cracked. Crack is bad. All right. So I thought I would take a split moment and let's do a quick tutorial on amber purple. If you've got a few minutes, it's worth hanging out to watch this. Even if you're not a glass blower, it is worth kind of seeing how this color works. Let's grab a nice little chunk here. I want a shorter one if I have possible. Yeah, you'll be good. All right, so we're going to do it from the side. Okay, so you can see a little bit. Oh, come on. There you go. Flex in. Are you serious? You're not going to zoom? Okay, fine. All right, so we got a clearish rod with the... In fact, we'll do this side of it. We'll do the clear side. Okay. So we're going to bring it into the flame. We're going to use a neutral flame, like I said before. And we're going to flatten it out. Just going to create a disc. Like that. Now you can see it's very transparent. It doesn't have any color to it. In fact, we're going to pop the light on it. Has a little bit of a bluish tint right there. Okay? So in order to work this particular color, what the hell was that? That was a bug. You want to come out and you want to just buzz it in the flame. Just a few seconds. We let it cool down a little. And then you just buzz it way far out. Okay, not close at all. Then we bring it in. Now you can see that color starting to pop in there. A little bit of amber right there. So it just got way darker. We're going to let it cool off again. We're going to run it way out inside the flame again. And bring it back. Okay, now we got way, way darker from that clear. Now, if you really want to have a very nice effect to it, tighten your flame up just a little and run the flame along the edge of this disc. So wherever there's a sharp corner or edge, heat that up. Not a lot, just the edge, not the whole piece. And it really enhances it a lot. All right, and here comes the reveal. So we take that amber purple, and after we heat it, cool it, we get that. Like that. And we can keep going with that, but there's the edge I was saying. See how we heated the edge up? And that's what I was saying you want to heat to. Now, last little trick here, and then we'll get to making something else. If you really want to kiln strike it really nice, then you are going to use an oxidizing flame. And you're going to skim the piece. And you're going to burn what's called the haze off. And you can literally see it burning off. In fact, we'll do it this way. Hey, Meta, record. All right. Okay, Meta, no, stop recording. All right, we're going to bring it back up. So now we kind of brought it in and we burned that haze off like that. See how we just changed it again? Like that. Yep, it's an LED flashlight, yeah. And again, one last time, you can preheat it again, way out here. We'll simulate the kiln strike. Let it cool. I'll show you as we go through for the color changes. Again, this is a love-hate relationship with this color. Now you can see the colors starting to come back. And one last little buzz. Got to get camera work there, and there we go. So now we got the colors bouncing through again. So anyways, that's kind of my amber purple. Yeah, this is straight up amber purple. Okay, let's get these out of the way. All right, now we got to buzz it back into a normal flame. Let me pull the front and center. Let me pull the front and center again. There we go. We're just going to melt it back down into a rod. A little bit. Just a little ooey gooey there. Put this one right up to here. All right, next step, we're going to make a little marble out of this. We're going to use a little white. We're going to put the amber purple on top of the white. And we're going to create a few different patterns on it. So you can see how beautiful this color is on white. It's an absolute outstanding color. Can you do it with other striking colors? Yeah. but every color has a little bit of a different trick to it. Okay, we're good. Let's grab a little bit of white here. Actually, what do you guys want to see? You want to see half white, half cobalt? And then we'll do amber purple on cobalt and amber purple on white for like half a marble. So do half and half, and you can see both versions. We could do it that way if you want. L to the B, how are you? So I'll let you guys vote. 1, if you want to do just straight white, type 1 in the chat. 2, if you want to do the half and half cobalt and white. And we're going to put amber purple on both halves if we do that. I'll start making this white happen right now until we get there. So I'll let you guys vote. The audience gets to vote. You guys are in charge. Lots of 2s on TikTok and lots of 2s on YouTube. All right, that's going to be an easy one. All right, let's get the white bunched up, and then we'll add the cobalt. And we're going to try and keep both halves separate, meaning we're not going to blend the two. We're just going to keep them a sharp line down the middle. Oop, that's what I was afraid of. See, I had it hooked to tubing. And there we go. All right, let's get this bunched up into a little bit of a ball. Let's go all the way. Let's get this flame rolling. And here we go. We're going to bunch it up. Bring it down. Separate it there. Let's grab some cobalt. There we go. Going to attach it up. Build about the equal amount on here. So we're going to do just as much cobalt as we have of white. And then we're going to kind of flatten them out a little bit. We're going to add the amber purple onto the cobalt and the white. And then you're going to see the separation of what amber purple does with a darker color and a lighter color. And that's the point at which you have a really amazing concept going. When you can see the variations, one color on dark versus one color on light. Let's kick it up for a second. I'm trying to hurry up so we can get to more projects tonight. I want to jam. We're going to get this done. So we'll kick on the big flame. Callie, thank you so much for the gift memberships. Appreciate that. That helps a lot. Okay. We're just about there. We are just about there. All right, let's separate. Bring this out. Let's use the filter again so you guys can see what's going on. And here we go. Oh, 2 is half cobalt and half white for the marble, L to the B. Option 1 was all white. Option 2 was half cobalt, half white with amber purple. There we go. Actually, let's kick it down just a notch, just for a minute. You guys can really see that difference right there. So that's how the filter works, like that. That's what's in my current glasses, my Meta Ray-Bans. Like that. All right, let's get it squished. I'm going to have to pop it out just a little bit for a minute so you guys can see the mold. So these are the molds I use. They're little half molds of graphite. And we're going to kind of just squish it. And here we go. All right, we got half squished. So now you can see it. There's the cobalt right there, and then we got the white on the bottom. Let's go ahead and squish the other side. We're going to be making a cool marble. So this is going to be half white, half cobalt. Then we're going to add in the really cool color combo, amber purple. And amber purple is going to, it's got like 5 different colors in it if you do it right. It kind of like a tie-dye morphing color. It's very tie-dye looking. To me, it looks like tie-dye a little bit. But right now we're getting the white and blue kind of melded together. Then we're going to take that color and swirl it on. I need this though. I got to get rid of this little bit of clear up here. But it's nice because you'll be able to see a total difference. Same color on both sides. Just how much it changes. All right, let's get it squished out a little bit. We're doing fantastic. All right, there we go. Let's pop it out a little. We'll go back to the mold. Like that. Almost looks like a Pokeball a little bit. I mean, it's not quite, but it's pretty close. It's not round, but yeah, we kind of got that Pokeball look going. We're going to go to the side view so you can see where we're at. So there is the white, and then we got the cobalt right there. So white, cobalt. All right, the next step is we're going to attach a holding rod. I'm going to find a decent one here, and we're going to go to the side. Squish it in like that. Then we got to wait for it to cool a little bit, and then tap, off it comes, and then we have just two halves now on one end. All right, let's, I don't know which, let me see these views. Nope. There. All right, so we're going to take that amber purple now. This is the really highly intense skinny rod here. Do I have there we go. So this is the color right there, and we're going to start incorporating it onto this glass. We're just going to kind of draw onto it, creating all these tiny little swirls and everything on top of the cobalt. Little there. Okay. So we're going to bring it to the side view real quick. And we just drew on there. Notice you can't really see much, but once you start bringing it in, you can start to see some of those colors laid down right there. All those little swirls, we drew them on there. Like that. Now we're going to go to the white side and do the same exact thing. The marble did not turn out. It's broken. The marble's cracked. It's a goner. No bueno. It's all bad. All right, we're going to use this one. So we're going to draw onto this now. There we go. Let's pop it off to the side view so you all can see what's happening. So now you can see we kind of drew some lines on there as well. And they're starting to come out. We'll get this one to pop out. But you can see the difference. Oh, look at that green. See it? Starting to see that color on top of the cobalt. All right, let's get this to pop out a little bit. And just like that, we got magic. Cool as hell, right? Tell me that was not cool. So there it is on white. Let's see if we can get the blue side to show up a little better. There we go. Now we got the blue doing it. So that's the same color on blue and the same color on white. Oh, this is going to be one badass marble. Absolutely. Alex, thank you for the jewels. All right, let's turn it to a marble. Let's go. Woo. Sorry I'm hyper tonight. I'm so excited to be working with this color. Where did it crack? Everywhere. I can bring it out. All right, let me bring out the marble one last time. I'll put this in the kiln temporarily. Go to the side view. Oh, no, don't want to rename the side view. It is shattered everywhere. Yeah, it's a goner. I mean, it still shows up with the uranium, but it's a goner. See that? Let's go. This one's not going to be a goner. This one's going to be epic. I know it stinks. Well, that's part of the business. That's what I always tell people. That's just part of the business. Fidel, let me finish this. Let me finish this marble, and I can show the dagger. Not really. It's not going to be really. I can't do much with it. That one's kind of just. It's foobarred. I was going to show this again, and I don't know why. All right, one last look at it before we turn this thing into a swirly marble. And there's the same color on blue and on white. That's why I love this color. Look at all the difference you get just by changing it on a different surface color. Isn't that just amazing? And that's why I was so excited to work with it tonight, and you guys at the same time. I knew I shouldn't have set that rod down. Ha! Found it. All right, let's get this thing done. Oh, it's not a shame. That's part of the business. You can't get mad at that stuff. You can't get mad at stuff cracking like that. It happens to everybody. That's part of the business. You cannot get mad at it. I'm not mad at it. All right, so we're going to heat up directly in the center here. So I'm going to heat up in one particular spot here. We're going to stretch it out just a tiny bit. We're going to kind of elongate this into what I call the dragon eye. To me, it just totally looks like a dragon's eye. Just got to keep this thing really focused in the middle. You can see where it's just in the middle, not on the sides. And here we go. We're going to bring it out and stretch it just a tiny bit. I'll try and do it right on camera here. And we just have to pull. Okay, got to get it a little hotter. Bring it back up front of the camera. There, that's a good view. And stretch. See how we're stretching it out now? About like that. Okay. And there we are. You can see it's kind of elongated. We're going to drop it in front of the side view again so I can show you guys full spectrum. You can see the colors running through, and there's definitely color in the middle there. It's just super hot right now. It's not doing it. So there we are, and there we are. Now, we're going to push all that back together. As we push it together, we're going to get a nice looking spiral. What's up, Yuri? How you doing, man? Yep, just a ball of glass. Actually, rods of glass. Single rods like these. What's up, Daisy girl? Andy, thank you for the rainbow. Renee, or the heart meat. Robin, thank you for the heart meat. All right, so as we're starting to push this together, it's going to start corkscrewing. It's literally going to start twisting on its own. Bring it out. We're going to let it cool a little bit. Actually, you know what? We're going to have to do side. I bet you the side camera is going to look better with this. There. Now you guys can see a little bit of that twisty going on. Like that. Much better. All right, let's get it rounded out. Hi, Charlie. All right, this is the compression stage. And we're going to separate it here. Hey, look, I kept a marble like in a normal size range. Actually keeping it under 2 inches. Maybe we should mark this day down. The day that Fiery Guy kept a marble under 2 inches. Okay. Okay, let's go to the side view real quick. All right, here we go. You can start to see this little spiral that's going to come out here. We're going to hot shot it. There we go. And now you can see some of those colors bouncing through. Now the white's not showing up yet, but it will very shortly. Yeah, this is going to be possibly a very badass marble. Uh-oh. I got a witch's fingernail. See that little sharp edge right there? I put it right in front of the flame. See that little sharp edge? That is my nemesis. Those little buggers hurt when they cut. All right, let's get this thing around. Now I can kind of chill for a second and see if there's any questions. Let's see. It looks edible. Yeah, a lot of people say that. It's not quite there, though. Might as well grab the shield here. So this is the material that's on my actual glasses. You can see how it filters out a lot of that super bright light. Mostly the yellows, like that. So that's how I can see everything, and my eyes don't get all bugged out. And here we go. We're going to start using the graphite mold. We're going to pop the long view out, so you guys get an actual camera shot, a little hot shot of this. And so far, I'm pretty happy. Okay. And there we go. Got to put a little punty rod on here and get this other end spiraled out. And then we will finish this off. So this has amber purple on white and amber purple on blue. We're going to be able to tell a nice little contrast here. Yep, I definitely do sell it online. Okay, first step is remove this, and then we got to clean up the little spiral at the very front here. Got to make it look really good by keeping it nice and tight. Pop it off to the side view for a moment. And we'll see what we got going on. Oh, we definitely have some colors popping through. So we got the amber purple on top of the white and amber purple on blue. Look at the on top of the white already too. So we're going to bring it in and finish this guy off. Yeah, I think this marble stayed 1.5 inches. Be good. It's a good size. All right, now we should start getting some heat in it. We want to shrink it down a little. We're going to use the graphite mold to start rounding it out. I got to tighten up this little circle in the middle though. There. It's getting a little goofy. All right, let's go to the mold and get this all done. We're pretty close now. This won't take long at all. If you stuck around this long, you want to stick around for another minute and a half to see it finished off. All right, let's see where we're at while it's cooling. Now this is just a little bit of the color. It's not all the way finished yet. Oh, it's not even showing the amber purple yet. We got to let it cool. All right, we're gonna do a little experiment here. I want you guys to remember what that looks like. All right, keep your mind fresh on it. So we got a little, especially up here. Okay. Okay, we're going to let it heat up, cool off a little. Three, two, one. All right, remember what that looked like. And hopefully we got a different color. I'm hoping, I don't know. Yeah, we got a little bit more color bouncing through there now. That little streak of caramel right there. Okay, that right there, that streak of caramel. We're going to get it a little bit more enhanced here. So as this item heats and cools, the colors start popping out more and more. There we go. We're starting to get a little bit more color bouncing through. Yeah, we're good. It's starting to do its thing. All right, one last little transfer, and then we're going to pop it off of the stick. If you've never seen this happen, it's not complicated. It's just a different process. So we just have to remove this, keep it really nice and clean. And there we go. Let's bring it in, clean up the front end here, get rid of that little nipple. Now we're just going to smooth it out. And this should be done. We should be able to pop it off of the rod with Dragonfly Creations' little marble tool. Actually, it's not little. It's a pretty good sized tool. Yep, we're good. I'll show you this end on the side view. See if we got any colors bouncing through. We do a little bit. There's the caramel color. And it's going to get, see that caramel coming up? It'll go all the way up to the top as it starts to strike through. But, oh, there's the purple. I told you guys. These colors are just going to get more and more magnificent. Let's pull this in on a tight view. And we have Dragonfly Creations marble holder. If you are a glass blower and you do not have this, you are missing out. Philip, thank you for the happy poop. Lock and load there, and tap. Off it comes. Then you just smooth that little end out. We'll bring it over to the side. I'm not worried about this one breaking at all, cracking. This is like a super stable color combo. Oh, there we go. So we got the nice blues going in. Now that's going to have more color in it. And so is that. Oh, you can start to see it kind of morphing in there. Come on, damn it. There. There. So see that purple going on? So that is on blue and white. That's the amber purple. All right, let's check and see how our flower's doing from earlier tonight. Let's check on the flower. I think we're looking okay. Y'all ready? 3, 2, 1. And yep, we're looking good there too. The flower is looking fantastic. That's such an amazing transformation. Isn't that cool looking? And I still love how it can go from amber to that. Yeah, we're looking good on this one, so. I can live with that. Okay, boom. So I think I want to do a straight up clear with amber purple. Again, tonight is amber purple night. I think I want to do a straight up clear marble. Let's throw amber purple and swirl it in there. Just the straight up two colors, clear and amber purple. And I think we will get a very fantastic combination there. You know what? Technically, I should probably... We could throw shimmer in there. No, I just want to do clear. I think you guys deserve to see it in its glory. So this is just straight up amber purple and clear. It's going to be amazing. Have I made a pine cone? I've gotten pretty close. Not intentional pine cone, but one of my flowers came out like a pine cone. It just happened. Mountain Dew. So yeah, we're going to do straight, clear. We're going to bleed in the amber purple in there. Actually, if you guys want, we can do amber purple and the Mega Mai Tai. They're both in the amber purple line. So type 1 in the chat if you just want amber purple, 2 in the chat for amber purple and Mega Mai Tai. So the 2 colors or the 1. Do I have a gas cheat code? Yep, I certainly do. Oh, we got a bunch of 2s going. Okay. Oh, you're going to be perfect. Yeah, lots of twos. All right, we can do the two colors in there. What's up, Witching Grandma? How are you? Yeah, well, we're going to do the two colors. We'll do Mega Mai Tai and Amber Purple. It'll be a good color. They're in the same family. The only difference is Mega Mai Tai is like 4 times the saturation of Amber Purple. So you're going to get some darker and some lighter. And the Mega Mai Tai will probably have a little bit of a greenish hint to it. It'll kind of have that green hue. All right, we're going to use the big flame. Let's get this thing rocking fast. We're just going to use the big flame. All right, we're going now. It's finally melted. It's that first melt that always takes a little bit. It's like when it first starts, you're like, come on, hurry up. Then later you're like, please slow down. And there we go. So right now I'm just gathering enough clear up so we can add the two colors on there. This is solid. Yeah, this is solid glass. All right, that is making an annoying sound. There we go. Sounded like an angry otter or walrus. We are going to go a little bit bigger on this. Not too big. But I want to have enough surface area to put the two colors on there. All right, a little bit more. We should be good. Just a few more blobbles on here. All right. We're going to separate it here. Let's show you what we got. Right now we just have straight up clear. Tonight we are just working straight up amber purple everything. Okay. Let's get this thing rolling. We're going to go back to the front view. Come on. There we go. So we're going to spiral up the Mega Mai Tai in there. Okay. Nope, not that one. Oh, there's my huckleberry. So this is the Mega Mai Tai, and then we're going to grab the amber purple and go up. Everything's up for grabs right now. I don't think anybody's claimed anything. If any of the mods know, they'll tell me. The mods will know if someone's claimed anything. We did one more amber purple rose, and we did an amber purple and cobalt, amber purple over white and cobalt marble. And right now, this marble is going to be just straight up Mega Mai Tai with amber purple. No other colors, just this. And I'm hoping, if I do it correctly, it looks fantastic. The white and amber purple, that's white, cobalt, and amber over with amber purple over white and cobalt. It's 1.5 inches. It's a tiny guy. Not tiny, but smaller. And there we go. You can see the Mega Mai Tai going right there. Look at that guy. All right, let's grab the amber purple and string it through. I'm trying to find the right one that I want to use. Yep, that one right there. So right now we're striping the amber purple down, and then we're going to finger paint everything together. And one more little line here. Now I am hoping that I can get this to strike up for you guys right in front of your eyes. Kelly, go ahead and you know how to message. I know you got it. You have to message thefieryguy.com. Who is that? Thomas. All right, let's bring it out. And here we go. Now, this isn't looking super spectacular right now, okay? We don't have much going on, but we're about to change that up. Okay, keep an eye on how it looks now. We're going to totally mess this thing and evolve it into a beautiful piece. We're going to completely make it look different. We're going to use a clear rod for that, and we're going to do the finger painting technique. Now, for amber purple on this style, and we're going to be doing clear, you definitely want to have a little bit more oxygen than a neutral flame at this point. Not hissing, but enough that it's a little tighter flame. And the reason for that is, as we start to go through and melt and swirl all this around, that little bit of oxygen is going to burn off the little bit of haze that gets remaining on there. You don't want to leave the haze on. Okay, we're going to come over here and we're just going to go all the way around doing that. I'm going to do about half the marble so you guys can see what it looks like before the finger painting and afterwards. Let's go ahead and bring it in. So there's the finger painting. Can you see how it kind of looks all smoky like that? And then there's the before. So there's the before, after, before, after. Amber purple isn't necessarily a common color. It's one of the most popular colors. But, however, it is one of the more difficult ones to master. On my YouTube, I put, this isn't just a color, it's a process. And it really is. It's kind of like a process of learning to work with it. Now, unfortunately, this color went way up in price. But, I can't fault the company for it because their cost of raw materials went up. This definitely uses a lot of silver. All right, I think we got it all the way. Oh, there's a little bit right here I don't like. Let's swirl that around. Okay. All right, let's bring it out so I can show you everything. Let's come over to the side view. Look it up. I love that hot shot, how it's all orange like that. That is like, oh man. I never get tired of that look right there. That lava look. All right, here we go. We're going to try and pop some. See all the colors popping through? Now that is just amber, purple, and clear. So that is one color. No, amber, purple, and Mega Mai Tai. Sorry. Amber, purple, Mega Mai Tai. That is just a single family of colors. Yeah, that is an amazing combo there. Yeah, we'll do the didymium lens right here. So bring it in. So that is how I see the world right there. That is the lens that's in my glasses right now. And then versus that. See? All right, let's get this round. Let's go. We're going to make a little tiny swirl at the end there. All right, let's pop this all the way back so you guys can watch it in the molds. So these are my graphite molds up here. This is how I shape the marbles. They're like little half domes. Yeah, this marble, it's going to be beautiful. Wait till we finish it. You haven't even seen it yet. We haven't even begun to show it. Although we do got an angry little bubble in here. Hold on. There we go. Had a little bubble. All right, let's go ahead and bring it up for a second until we get close to the mold. The Red Squeak page. Everybody go check out Red Squeak. Definitely go check out Red Squeak. Dragonfly Creation. Go check out Dragonfly Creation. Groves Glass Gallery. Go check out Groves. Okay, we are at the stage of bringing in the mold. So this is very important when doing these marbles. You don't want to force the glass. It's literally just a couple fingers to hold it. And the weight of the glass should be able to be enough to shape it. What size is this? Oh, are you kidding me? It's going to be just a hair under 2 inches. I mean, like 2 millimeters shy size. I mean, very, very close to 2 inches. It might even be a little bit over once I compress it all the way down. It's a good sized marble. To me, this is the optimal size. Actually, we're going to go all the way back over here. It's nice enough that it doesn't hurt me to go and make a bunch of them in a row. And yet it's not small enough to where you really lose it. It's a pretty good size. It's just this really happy medium. It's a Bob Ross marble. It's a Bob Ross marble. Happy little marble. All right, let me bring it out. We're in the light bulb shape right now, but let me bring it out, show you the side. Side view. There's the forbidden lollipop, I guess, whatever. And there we go. Now, the colors are still working themselves out. Okay? They are not showing up all the way yet. They are still working out. See that top right there where it's starting to get a little ambery right there? It's working its way out. It's not done yet. And this is why I was saying this is learning to master this color. It takes a while. And there we are. So now we get to finish this end off. Let's bring it way down so I can get a little tighter in here. We're going to give a little bit of a spiral. I don't want to do too much of a spiral at the end here. I want to keep that kind of wispy smoke look to it. Okay, that is going to require a little bit of a touch-up. There we go. So now we're going to round that out. Yeah, we're in a little bit of a. We're going to take a minute for it to kind of get heated up, and then we're going to bring it over to the mold and get it round. But right now we're kind of in that really need to heat it up stage. And we're just about there. All right, we're there. We're going to bring it back over to the marble molds. And so far, so good. I want to check the top surface of this marble, though. I really want to make sure we're good. I may have to fix it a little bit. And let's drop it in. Ooh, wow, look at that. Let me heat that back up. If you guys want a cool screenshot, here you go. This is a cool screenshot. All right, let's see if we got any color popping off in there. Oh, we definitely got a big old gap right there. We're going to have to fix that. That is unacceptable. We're not going through all this work to have that. This will be a quick fix. If I was clear, where would I go? Not that one. I'm going to have to make do. There we go. So what I did is I just took a little bit of that amber purple, spiraled it on a little, took a little clear to blend it. Now we're all good to go. I did not want to leave that big old gap in there. That would be really, really unacceptable. Go through all this work and then have that. Pigments, I use North Star Glassworks. All right, let's go back to the mold. Back at it. Oh, does it? Yeah, the amber stuff is beautiful. Amber purple is like an amazing color. Mega Mai Tai is an amazing color. Double amber purple is a really cool color. There's a whole family of them. There was a really cool color out of a company called Glass Alchemy, and they called it Purple Luster. I have a little bit of it left. I don't know if they make it anymore, though. It was like a really, really intense amber purple that struck up immediately. It was a weird combo, but it was super nice. Okay, I think we're all round. Let's check again. I think you're going to see like a gap in the middle of this marble again, but we're going to get it to strike up. Oh, no, it's there. I think you'll see it. So we're going to come back to the side view. It's a beautiful hot shot, so if you want a screenshot, now's the time. This will be an awesome little screenshot here. Molten sun. Looks like the sun, right? Look at that. No, fieryguy.com. And watch this. I haven't finished setting up my YouTube for the shop yet. I do have the access to it, though. There we go. Now we got some color bouncing through there. Now this color is going to get super dense and rich. It's not showing all the way, but it will be in there. Really, really nice. Okay, so here comes the lesson on amber purple. I'm going to show you how this color works. So it looks very kind of greenish, right? What we're going to do is we're going to burn, that has the haze on it that I was referring to earlier. So we're going to have to use a very oxidizing flame. I'm sorry for the noise. But we're going to burn that haze off. We're not remelting it, we're just burning the haze. And you can literally see it burning right off the surface of the marble. All right, let's make sure we didn't. Let's make sure we don't have a bad reaction with it. There we go. See how it's kind of looking ambery at the edges? So what it's doing is it's showing the color through the opposite side. Crap. It's not going to let me do it. I'm trying to show you how it's kind of going to... You're going to see color through the opposite side. There we go. So all those amber purples are going to show up like that. See it? It's just being a butt right now. There we go. See? They're all starting to come out. Then we're going to grab Dragonfly's awesome tool here. Grab it and pop it. There we go. Same thing, really rich flame. I got to find the punty. All right, let's see if we got a good look on this side too. All right, starting to come out. See the purples right there? We kind of burned it off a little bit. Colors all coming into effect now. Let me see if I can turn it down a little. There. There we go. Yeah, it's definitely going to be gorgeous. Oh, thank you. Yeah, that's going to be a pretty unique combo. But like I said, that is just clear, amber purple, and the Mega Mai Tai. Amber purple would create all those colors too by itself. Oh, I'm sorry, I got on the wrong camera view. Damn it. Yeah, the amber purple would create all those too. Just the amber purple by itself. That would be an amazing, amazing process there. All right, let's clean this off here. Clean it up. Question. Okay. You know, nice thing about marbles, they're like almost impossible to break. Even the marble that we did last night that has a crack on it, I could drop it on the concrete. It's not going to do anything. Definitely different colors. Right now I'm working with the amber purple because I had a lot of requests from people to do this color. So I thought tonight would be a good night to go ahead and do that. And we had some really good results. All right, we got to pop this up. You want to see a little mini bubble? Here we go. Let's zoom in. I'll see if I can do it. I'll see if I can get the little mini bubble. There we go. See that? All gone. Yeah, that cooled off that fast. Insane cooling power there. All right, I definitely need to get up and stretch. It's been 2 hours of streaming, and my butt is sore. So I need to get up and stretch for a little bit. It's 8:19. Depending on what's going on in the house, I can't promise I'll be back, but if I'm not, definitely come back tomorrow and check us out. And if not, I will see you all later. Mods, thank you very much for all your help. You guys are awesome as always. I appreciate all of you. Every mod in here, thank you. I got you, Mama Kelly. And I'll see you all later.